Well, so far the weather isn't quite playing ball. However, this is still a great place to come. The Blossoms Garden, and in here, it will be packed in just a second. However, what we can already have is Pink Diesel, and I'm delighted to be joined by one of the co-founders, Amy, Neil Phillips, the wine tipster, and race day's Frankie Foster. We're going to have a nice little drink of rosé. Yeah. Amy, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Tell us a bit about the product.
So, Pink Diesel, cheers.
Cheers.
Pink Diesel's a female-founded rosé wine brand. I founded it with a school friend called Marina Ayton. It was born out of a lockdown project. Just passionate about rosé, obviously.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. And I work with a family-run vineyard in Provence on the southwest coast, and they harvest to the highest environmental standards possible. They're level 3 of that, and we're 2 years off becoming organic, which is very exciting.
Well, that's very good. Yeah, that's good.
But that all translates into delicious quality rosé wine. Obviously, I'm biased, but it's delicious. Yeah.
What about for someone like me? I'm not a rosé connoisseur. What are we drinking? What sort of flavours, or how does it compare to other rosés?
It's your typical Provence pale rosé. Obviously, colour's very important, but it's not too pale. It's quite dry, crisp, very easy drinking, slips down beautifully. Selling the dream here.
There you are.
But
it fuels good times.
And it fuels good times, yeah. It's a blend of 3 different grapes. So, the 2022 vintage is Cinsault, Grenache, and Syrah. It's quite well balanced across those 3 grapes. The 2023 vintage, which is the Magnum here, is those 3 grapes as well. But this year we've introduced a bit of Vermentino, so that is more of a white wine grape and it's slightly paler. But again, the 2022 is peachy honey notes, and the 2023 slightly more strawberry. Nice. And yeah, as you picked up on, our slogan is fuel good times.
I'm not sure I need any extra fuel for Derby weekend myself, but people, especially in this garden that we're in now, it's a good spot, isn't it, to come and sit?
It's a great spot. We've been lucky enough to cover half of it. It's not great weather today, but hopefully tomorrow will be sunnier. But Pink Diesel's a summer in a glass anyway, so...
Well, you're providing a bit of colour to the event as well. Frankie, yourself as well, the tie, you're matching the colour scheme.
Exactly, yeah. I could get a job as a Pink Diesel brand ambassador, I think. I drive that truck around Epsom, maybe.
Hey, hold on a minute. I've gone for the Blossom look here.
I'm seeing the stars.
Both of you can send me your CV.
Perfect.
Now, I've just pulled out the Magnum here,
Yeah.
Amy. So, 2023, what is the difference?
2023 is our original grapes, so the Cinsault, the Grenache, and the Syrah. But we've also introduced about 5% in that blend of the Vermentino grape.
Yeah.
So I feel, but each to their own with their palates.
Sure, that's okay.
That it brings slightly more strawberry hints towards the back of the palate. It's not as botanical as I think the 2020
I love it. Botanical in a wine tasting note.
This
is great. Yeah.
I think it's lovely. It's going down well.
In summary.
Exactly.
Frankie Foster's. I look forward to your book, Frankie.
What I particularly liked looking at your website, Amy, as well, is that sustainability is a big factor too. Just talk to us a little bit about what Pink Diesel do in that regard.
Absolutely, yes. So as I mentioned, our producers out in Provence, so we kind of live by the ethos to make wine guided by nature and try and give back to the land as much as we take from it. So there's a lot of kind of rewilding around the vines. We plant wild vegetables, wild flowers. We dig wells by streams surrounding the vine plots to kind of water the land as naturally as possible. Pick the grapes by hand, so we eliminate CO2 emissions through any machinery as much as we can. At some points during the year, we put beehives, so we kind of on the vines. So
really good.
So kind of really increasing the biodiversity around the area. Because I think essentially at the end of the day, the wine industry is a little bit behind on that sustainability piece, and I think it's important to the consumer, and that was always important to me when we began the brand, that we have a pretty transparent supply chain and that we are taking care of, our part of the planet.
I think that's a really great answer, and it's true, because we are behind with food, for example. We're making great progress, and there's lots of great, like the bees, for example. That's a great example. Yeah. And it's front of mind of punters, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of punters, are you having a bet today?
So, the thing is with me and betting is once I start, I can't stop.
Oh, when the fun stops, as they say.
Well, exactly.
Is that the same with Pink Diesel?
It's the same with Pink Diesel. I was here in April and Oisin Murphy was riding a horse, which now I can't remember. But I backed it and he won, and I think he's here today with the same horse. And again, I can't remember, but I'll have to look up. So I think I might back him today and just hopefully win.
Frankie, Oisin as well, or where are you looking in the big races?
Oh, it's really boring, isn't it? But I think Lang and Aidan O'Brien picks up another Oaks. If I was trying to take on the favourite, Forest Fairy, I always have a bit of Chester bias because I spend enough time there, but I thought she was really impressive. Well, I thought she was impressive without actually hitting top gear maybe. I think she hit top gear as she hit the line, so I'd hope there's a little bit of improvement from her run at Chester. But I think Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore and Lang will be in the winner's circle again.
It's hard to go wrong, really, isn't it? It's kind of a tried and tested system.
Mm-hmm.
You're in good company then.
Well, I like Forest.
Fairy?
I like Forest Fairy. I'm a big fan because, like you say, Frankie, she's going to stay. She's going to like the ground. The breeding says all of that, and she was just getting going at Chester. So I think she's got a big chance today. I hear where you're coming from, Aidan O'Brien, but and we could all be just going, wasn't it so easy afterwards? Which we could today and tomorrow.
I made that mistake last year in the Derby. I said Augusta Rodin will probably win. He said he's going to win. Didn't back him, and then he wins, and you feel silly. So I'm just listening to Aidan O'Brien this weekend.
Well, maybe the last thing we do is raise a glass and drink to Pink. Pink Diesel.
To Pink
Diesel.
Cheers, Amy.
Cheers, Amy.
Cheers,
Cheers, everybody.
thank you.
Cheers.